Are you ready to fight like a champion, not just in the courtroom, but in every facet of your life? Welcome to the Legal Athlete Podcast. I'm Jess Sargus, your host, high-performance speaker, and coach for trial lawyers. With over 22 years as a trial attorney and legal exec, and an undefeated record as a former MMA fighter and boxer, I know what it takes to thrive in high-stakes environments. I also know that in both the courtroom and the cage, you're only as good as your wins. That's why I'm here to help you develop a fighter's mindset, discipline, and strategies so you can master your mental game and execute under pressure to win more and burn out less. Every week, I fuse insights from elite athletics, legal pros, and cutting-edge neuroscience and sports psychology to help you perform at your peak under pressure. So whether you're looking to reinvent your practice, your mindset, or your life, this is the podcast for you. It's time to become a legal athlete. Let's get it. Welcome back to the Legal Athlete Podcast. I'm Jess Sargus, your high-performance coach and neuroscience nerd, helping you master your mindset, execute under pressure, and dominate in high-stakes arenas like the courtroom, the boardroom, and beyond. Today's episode is a short, punchy one packed with value. We're diving into something I coach my clients on for high-stakes scenario readiness, and something we could all probably use on a daily basis in these times. How to derail an anxiety spiral in the moment with 2 simple science-backed hacks. If you're a lawyer or executive in a high-pressure role, you already know that anxiety doesn't just show up when it's convenient. It loves to hit before testimony, before a big meeting or negotiation, or right when you need your brain to be at its sharpest. So how do you stop the spiral? Let's get into the neuroscience, the psychology, and performance strategies that work fast. So what's actually happening in an anxiety spiral? We're going to look at what's happening in your brain. When anxiety hits, your amygdala takes over your brain's fear center. It signals danger, spikes your cortisol, and floods your body with stress hormones. The problem, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, decision-making part of your brain, goes offline when the amygdala takes over like that. That's why your thoughts race, you catastrophize, and you freeze or overreact. And since anxiety is future-oriented, it feeds off of the unknown. Things like, what if I bomb this argument? What if I blank on the stand? What if they think I'm incompetent? So the antidote, interrupt the pattern and bring your attention back to that present moment focus. The first hack, sour candy. Yes, really. Here is how it works. The gustatory jolt is the first part. As sour candy creates an intense taste experience that activates the gustatory cortex and insula in your brain, pulling focus away from your anxiety loop, focusing on the future. It also hijacks your amygdala. That sudden sensory punch disrupts your amygdala's anxiety pattern and acts as a neurological pattern interrupt. You'll also activate your vagus nerve by sucking, swallowing, and the sensory shock of a sour candy. That's going to activate your vagus nerve, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, aka your calm down switch. Finally, having that sour candy in your mouth, that's your mindfulness trigger. The intensity of the sourness forces you into that present moment, which is the key. It's like a speed pass to mindfulness without needing a 20-minute meditation session. The result, your brain stops spinning and reorients itself into that present moment. It is quick, effective, and no one even needs to know you're doing it or why you're doing it. Okay, so that's hack number 1 to get you out of that anxiety spiral. Grab a sour candy. Hack number 2, move your body to move your mind. That's right. Activity and movement is the hack. It's not just good for your health, it is a fast-track tool for stopping anxiety in its tracks. Here's the science of why this works. A 2020 meta-analysis in depression and anxiety showed that even short bursts of physical anxiety reduced acute anxiety symptoms. Movement activates your prefrontal cortex, downregulates your amygdala, and increases dopamine and serotonin, your brain's feel-good chemicals. In fact, rhythmic movement like walking or shadowboxing or even pacing helps you regain cognitive control and emotional regulation. Moving your body also tells your nervous system, I'm not frozen, I'm safe. That message alone can dial down your panic response. This is why athletes you'll see before big events or before getting into the game or getting into the mat, they'll shake out their arms or legs, bounce on their toes, or pace right before it's go time. This helps them stay grounded and focused. And by giving them that activity, it gives them a place to put all of that anxious energy in a productive way and snap them out of being inside their head back into that present moment. Here's the great thing. Even a 2-minute power walk before a trial or stepping outside for some air can completely change your mental state. 10-minute walk, that's going to give your brain even more of that mental bubble bath, that steeping in the positive neurochemicals that is going to help you recover from that anxiety spiral. So here are the action steps you can try this week. If you're in the thick of high stakes work and you see that anxiety is starting to creep in, here's what you can do. Number 1, keep some sour candy handy. Throw some warheads or lemon drops or even some sour gummy worms in your bag and desk drawer, or have them close on your desk. Use one when your thoughts start to spiral to snap yourself out of that anxiety loop. Second, practice that movement reset. Stand up and move. Do a quick stretch or air squats, walk the hallway, throw a few light shadowboxing punches in private. Don't hit anybody. That's a different kind of anxiety release. Just 2 minutes of movement is all it takes, but try for 10 if you're really finding yourself in that anxiety loop and you want to get fully out. Number 3, you can even combine these. Take a brisk walk while sucking on a sour candy. This is going to give your brain multiple different cues to shift focus, re-engage your prefrontal cortex, and reset your nervous system. Finally, you can add a trigger word also. When you notice that you're shifting out of present moment focus and into that anxiety world of what if and in the future, just pick a phrase like reset, or my favorite, green light, to mentally anchor that shift back to the present moment. Say it as you take action, as you get up to take a walk, as you pop that candy into your mouth, well, before you pop the candy into your mouth. Over time, it will become a powerful neuro association that helps you even faster shift out of that anxiety loop and into action, into the present moment, into what's important now. Bonus, if you want to take this to the next level, you can journal the experience. Write down how you felt before you took action about that anxiety spiral, and then what you did and how you felt after. That's going to also really lock in that self-awareness and build self-trust over time that, yeah, you've got the hack, you've got the tools to get yourself out of an anxiety spiral whenever you find yourself getting into one. So in conclusion today, legal athletes, anxiety doesn't have to run your day. It doesn't have to ruin your performance. You get to decide how you are showing up in that moment. You get to decide how you're going to dominate that experience. You get to decide to have a great day on purpose. So when you learn how to interrupt the spiral with simple science-backed tools like these, like sour candy, and like taking some action, some movement, you are going to shift from feeling hijacked by your anxiety, by your feelings, to feeling in control, reminding yourself that you are in charge of your reality, of your present moment, of your controllables. You train your brain to stay sharp, focused, and most of all, present, where we can actually take action and impact the outcome. So remember, you don't have to eliminate anxiety to perform at your best. You just have to learn how to redirect it, refocus your mind into something that is productive and helpful and gets you back on track for that high performance at the times that matter most. So this week, grab some sour candy, take a walk, remind your brain that you've got this. The courtroom, the boardroom, and your life are all areas where you can thrive. Until next time, legal athletes, stay sharp, stay grounded, stay in that present moment, controlling what you can control, and keep playing to win. Thank you for joining me on the Legal Athlete Podcast. If you're ready to take your mental game to the next level, let's connect. Want me to speak to your group or team? Or are you ready for one-on-one trial fight camp coaching to perform at your best when it matters most? Reach out to me with a direct message on LinkedIn or through my website at thelegalathlete.com. Until next time, remember that the best version of yourself isn't some future version. It's the you who makes your daily choices. So make great ones. Make the ones that keep you on that champion fighter journey, building a record and a life you love.